regardless of where you stand with Xbox right now, I mean, if you're an Xbox owner, you've got to be at least happy about the direction of the amount of games that are coming your way. I mean, they might not be exclusive, but hey, they're all coming to your platform, which I think is a very cool thing. And, you know, you also have to look at it. I mean, not all of them, even if they do all end up going to PlayStation, not all of them are there day one just yet. So there is that to kind of look at and go, okay, well, you know, that's pretty cool. And furthermore, if you're the type of person that thinks that, hey, Xbox might be going the way of the dodo with the hardware, and so all your games and library will go too, well, guess what? They also have a situation where now, the way that it looks, it seems like we're going to be able to, you know, you can have it just a service to rent. And that's what I've been suggesting to people. Like, you know, hey, if you guys are into Xbox and you're worried that they might close up shop, you could just get Game Pass, use it as a rental service, and it'll be fine. So, with that being said, what's up, everybody? I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that, and you know, let me know what you guys think. I do daily gaming content. It's always something that I'm looking forward to doing. It's fun yet entertaining, informative. That's what I try to strive for. So if you guys do find it likable, please like the video, share it out. That would be great. You know, there is an absolute ton of Xbox software coming this year. Like I said, regardless of where else it goes, you know it's going to be on Xbox. So I think that says something good for kind of what's cooking. You know, we know the Avowed, South of Midnight, Doom, Dark Ages, Call of Duty, Fable. You know, there's rumors that maybe even Gears of War E-Day. And also this, Bethesda's Oblivion re-release. Apparently it's going to be a full remake. There was a little bit of controversy over whether or not it was going to be a full remake or, you know, just a game that is going to kind of get the edges polished off on it. But, you know, it's not a remaster. It is fully remade. So in recent months, we've heard multiple rumors about a modern re-release of The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Within those rumors, it's not been clear whether this new version of the game will be a remaster or a remake, but a new report today suggests that Bethesda is going down the full remake route with this release. Outlet MP First has apparently found an ex-developer website that tells a lot more about this Oblivion remake than any other public information so far. The site hasn't outed which virtuous dev this comes from, but it seemingly reveals that the team is making proper gameplay changes to the new version of Oblivion. This undisclosed site reveals that the game will be fully remade in Unreal Engine 5, and the page also reportedly mentions 6 areas that will be spruced up. These are stamina, sneak, blocking, archery, hit, reaction, and HUD. They go on to give a little bit more details as, quote, "For the blocking system, ideas to improve it were taken from Souls-like and Act games where we're not sure which sure refers to, but our first guess is the Assassin's Creed Ezio trilogy, as the original system was considered too boring and frustrating. The sneak icons are now highlighted in the improved sneak system, and the damage calculation methods were reworked. The stamina system was modified to be less frustrating for the player, making the knockdown that occurs when stamina is depleted more difficult to activate through changes in calculation methods. The HUD was changed to make it easier to understand and more aesthetically appealing to younger players. Hit reactions were also added to improve the response to damage inflicted on the players and NPCs. And finally, archery was improved to make it more playable and modern in both third and first-person viewpoints, which again, I remember the third-person viewpoint being pretty piss poor back in the day. So, you know, nice to see that that is kind of getting changed around and updated and upgraded, you know, because again, all that stuff is super important when it kind of comes out and is happy. You know, again, I hope that, you know, everything can kind of get fixed up and that, you know, everybody gets kind of the game that they're hoping for, the game that they're looking for. You know, I love it when Microsoft is doing, like, you know, all these types of things that are realistically helping the brand. You know, it's like all these different games that are coming out, a lot of different software, and regardless, I mean, if it's going out, then at least go out with a bang. So, you know, that's something that I realistically look at and I say, you know, hey, listen, we might not be getting, you know, the Xboxes in the future, but hey, we are getting some cool stuff, at least for right now, and it is a heck of a time to be getting all this stuff. So, you know, again, I'm looking forward to seeing, more announcements like this. I don't think this is like the be-all, end-all announcement, but I still think that it is a fine announcement, and it really goes to show kind of a long way that how far Microsoft has come from the team that couldn't even get out a game in 2022 from the first party, and now they're releasing, 5, 6 games, 7 games, who knows. But yeah, it's a lot, and yeah, I'm not putting too much of a feather in the hat. I still think, Phil Spencer's a bit of a bozo or whatever, but at the end of the day, when you see stuff like this happening, I think that it is cool, and it's just nice to see that they're able to kind of get this kind of working, where they can have a nice bit of things to kind of showcase and people to kind of show off. So anyway, the description of the project actually provided to the site confirms that the developer is using Unreal 5 engine fully remade, hinting at a lot of special improvements and things like that. We'll see how this goes, and again, but we'll see if anything can come of it. I'll love to see how this kind of change and like the differences and things like that. I liked the more Skyrim style changes, so anything that maybe brings it a little bit closer to that could be great. I don't think that this is going to be a game that's going to end up the surprise game at the direct or whatever, in my opinion anyway. One of the things that I can say for sure is that getting extra content like this remake would never be considered a bad thing as far as I'm concerned. I know some people are kind of down on remasters and remakes and things like that. For me, I think it really kind of depends on the type of game it is. Is it a game that is being remade that was recently remade? If that's the case, then I think it doesn't really matter. I look at The Last of Us. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with The Last of Us, but that game came out and then a year later got a remaster, and then some years later got a remake. I just don't feel like that was probably needed, since it's very difficult to tell between the remaster and the remake anyway. With something like Oblivion, it's very easy to tell that game looked out of date when it launched originally. So we kind of live in that kind of world now, and again, we keep talking about these types of things where things keep happening, and Microsoft keeps coming out with a lot of these games and things like that. I just think, hey, it's cool. There's a lot of games. There's a lot of content to be playing, and they're updating it so that it is a much more playable game. So who could really complain? I think that would be silly to complain about that at the end of the day. So again, what a year. Like, all the negative stuff aside, you've got Avowed, you've got Fable, you've got South of Midnight, you've got Doom the Dark Ages, you've got the next Call of Duty, you've got the Elder Scrolls. Supposedly there's another game coming out. So again, we'll have to see if this is something that is going to happen sooner rather than later. But like I said, Microsoft is definitely at a point where they're starting to get a lot of the content out, and that's something that people should definitely take into consideration. I know some people just think, oh well, are you going to just throw away your Xbox or whatever? And I've mentioned numerous times how stupid that would be, and and the reason why is because at the end of the day, they're going to be coming out with a ton of content, just an absolute ton of content, and it would really make zero sense to go out there and do that. So hopefully you guys think better of this stuff when it comes out. To me anyway, I feel like Microsoft has done some things that would realistically be looked at as good, and then they quickly do something that's bad. But at least from a content perspective, I look at the stuff that they're doing as being pretty darn good, and I don't think anybody can really disagree with that statement. So I would love to hear what you guys think, though. Sound off down below. Like I said, if you guys are new to the channel, let me know what you think. What do you think about the content that they're dropping? I mean, at least from that standpoint, dropping everything else, let us know what you guys think. I certainly appreciate it. You guys have been amazing. Thanks for helping the channel grow. Rack 'em up Fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up. I certainly appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a good day. Crap Gamer out.